Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I wanted to do another coloring for the Sunlife drawing color along that's going on during the month of February, called Sunlife Drawing in February. How appropriate. I am co-hosting this along with the awesome Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven. I will link her channel down below in the description. Go check her channel out if you haven't already. She is great. She does both recorded videos and she does live streaming. So yeah, I really enjoy her channel. So yeah, if you haven't checked her out, go and check her out. We are going to color today from Color by Numbers Animal Stencils. I will leave a link to this book down below in the description in case you would like to purchase it yourself. Thought we'd color this pretty little snake here today. I figured he'd be nice and bright and colorful. I'm not exactly, I guess I never really looked to see what colors are going to be used in him. Well, we have some greens, blues, pink, violet, magenta. Oh yeah, he should be pretty to do. So let's get out my little, yeah, I know I have my color cheat sheet typed up as far as, you know, all of Sunlife Drawings books follow the same color palette for their color by number books, 1 through 22. There are a couple of your, I don't want to say childish, that's the wrong term, the more simple color by number books that only have, I think, 12 colors, but the vast majority of them have the 22 color palette and they're all the same. So I color with a couple of different mediums in these books, and I've figured out a color palette for each one of those mediums, one of them being my Copics. I like using my Copics in my Sunlife drawing books. I know, don't judge me. So I have them all typed up onto recipe cards. I am in the future going to be doing a video showing my, I guess, I don't know if you'd call them my organizational binders, including my color chart binders, this little baby binder that I keep all of these cards in, things like that. So I will be showing these in a future video. So let's get going. I am going to start how I always start when I do my color by numbers. I start with the lowest number and work my way on up. One thing I do like about the Sunlife Drawing color by number books, they don't show all 22 colors on every single page. Would be easiest to do that, but they take the time to go through and just indicate the colors that you're going to need for that particular page. And I like it when companies do that, that they don't give you just all the colors whether you need them or not. It's kind of nice when they do this. So you can see up front, okay, this one's going to have this many colors versus one that hardly, you know, doesn't have many at all, versus some that have, you know, a little more. So because I am using alcohol markers, let me grab a piece of cardstock over here. Let me pop this behind here so we do not bleed onto our next page. So let's start with number 2, which is gray. And gray I have is N3. So let me grab that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, here's our sneaky snake. All right, so how is everybody doing? We have number 2s here. It is a snowy day here in central Wisconsin. We cannot complain though, because we have not gotten any measurable amount of snow in, gosh, a couple weeks now. Yeah, we've been getting really spoiled. But kind of making up for it now. We're supposed to get 5 to 8 inches of snow, and it's coming down really good out there. So it's really light fluffy stuff, huge snowflakes. I mean, it's actually a pretty snow coming down, but doesn't stay pretty for very long. You know, by the time it hits the ground and then it gets plowed up and cars go by, you know, it turns a yucky gray in no time at all. But it is pretty for a little while. It's not good snowmaking snow, because it's not going to pack together at all. But yeah, we are under a winter storm warning with what we call snow emergencies here, meaning you cannot park on the streets at all, which is kind of a pain for, you know, people that live in apartments or whatnot where you only have street parking, and on the odd days you park on one side of the street, even side of the month you park on the other side of the street. Boy, I would hate that. I'd have to actually think when I go home what day of the month it is and think, okay, is this an odd day or is this an even day? Oh, that would mess with my mind too much. So glad I don't have to worry about that. My garage has even and odd days in it. So how's the weather by you guys? We haven't had any like really cold, you know, nasty weather, knock on wood, in quite a while. Like I said, we've been lucking out with some pretty nice weather for the past few weeks. But who knows what's coming down the pike. I get such a kick out of y'all in the South who say it's so freezing cold by you guys. Yeah, although, like I said, we have been spoiled also. Let's see, number 10. Boy, we go from 2 to 10. Yellow, orange. 10. Y17. I did get a couple of comments my last color in chat that you appreciate the fact that I say what Copic color I'm using for what number. So I guess I kind of was just speaking out loud, you know, when I said that. But I guess I'll make more of a note of what color I'm using. So for number 10, yellow orange, I'm using Y17, which is golden yellow. For those of you who have the Copics and would also like to use your Copics in these books, that first one was number 2, gray, and for gray I use N3. There's a gazillion grays though, so you can use pretty much whatever gray you deem appropriate. That is just one that I picked. So if it runs out of ink and I don't have a refill, I have a lot to choose from, because yeah, there are a ton of grays in Copic. So, and of course a person does not need them all, but hey, you know what complete set syndrome is like. Yeah. Enough said. These brush tip, any kind of brush tip markers works so good in the Sunlife drawing books, especially these that have the black backgrounds like this. You don't have to be so absolutely perfect, you know, with your coloring, and that's one of the reasons I picked this one for the color in chat. Figure it'll go a little bit quicker, and like last week when I did the color in chat, we were able to get the entire picture done in one go. So I'm hoping that's what we can do today again, so that I can get a few additional pictures done this month rather than just, you know, having to do 2 parts for every single picture. And so taking 2 weeks to get a picture done, I'm only able to get 2 pictures done during the entire month for a color along, and I hate that. 2 pictures done for an entire month's color along. That's not good. So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I would rather get, you know, do one that maybe takes a little bit less time and be able to get a couple of extra pictures in during the month. Or doesn't it matter to use? As long as you get a color in chat, right? That's how I typically am, I guess. I'm coloring more than watching what they're coloring. I mean, you know, I'm coloring and listening to the chatting more than I'm actually watching them color. I look up once in a while. Especially, you know, whenever anybody says, oops, it's like, what'd you do? Then a person looks up, right? Like, oh darn, one of the lines there. Where? You mean you do stuff just like I do? You actually go out of the lines? Oh yes, I do. Definitely, definitely. We all do that. We wouldn't be a colorist if we didn't go out of the line sometimes. Nobody is perfect. Just all depends upon, you know, if it's fixable or not. Sometimes it's fixable and sometimes it's not. And if it's not, it's not. You know, it's a coloring book. It's not worth $1 million or anything. You didn't ruin anything. Worth a ton of money, but I understand it can still be very upsetting. Oh gosh, it's Sunday already. Meant to get this recorded yesterday, but I recorded a whole bunch of other videos, shorter ones, because I had a ton to get recorded, and so I was not able to get to this one, which I knew was going to be longer video, like, you know, color and chat is. Anywhere between, you know, an hour and 2, I don't know. I always try to allow myself a couple hours now for a color and chat. So I thought, well, we'll get them other shorter ones out of the way, and then we'll just go ahead and do this one today. Get it up loaded yet tonight, because it's early afternoon, but you know, by the time I get this done recorded and copied over to the computer and, you know, in the editing software and yada yada yada. I know you've heard this a million times. You know, so yeah, it will most likely be tonight before I get it up on YouTube. Because unfortunately, there's those, you know, things that all adults have to do, like cook and clean, and I got all that to do yet today, too. So, yeah. That's why I try to get most of my recording done. Saturdays are pretty much dedicated to YouTube. Saturday and Saturday nights. It's all YouTube stuff. And then some on Sunday too, so. And that's just because I cannot record during the week, so I like to have content for you guys all week long, so I do what I can during the weekends. For my new subscribers out there, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, for clicking on this video. I babysit my grandkids full time, and Madison is 3. She did start going to daycare now twice a week though, so well, she calls it school, so we don't call it daycare, we call it school. To her, it's school because she's a big girl now. And then I babysit my 6-month-old grandson, Levi. I cannot believe that he is 6 months old already. Just on the verge of crawling. I thought last week he'd be crawling already because he's been up on his knees, kind of rocking back and forth, you know. For any of you that have children or had children, you know what I'm talking about. Usually once they get up on their knees and they start rocking like that, yeah, crawling's not far behind. But yeah, not quite. Not quite there yet. But he sure might as well be, because he scoots around on his belly and gets around everywhere. He's like a snake. Oh my gosh, that kid can go. If he sees a toy or something that's out of his reach, oh my gosh, he can be over there in no time. It's really funny to watch him. And you can tell he's getting older, because he'll go on the floor and play longer now, which is really, really nice for Grandma. I still put on about, I watch on my activity app on my phone now. I always track how many miles I walk each week. And I'm still up above like 15 miles a week. But there are times I still kind of walk the floors with him when he gets really tired and cranky, and I want him really good and tired before I lay him down in the crib, because, oh boy, that is one little guy who hates being laid down. Oh my gosh, breaks my heart, because he just cries so hard. But you know, when they're so cranky and there's nothing right that you can do for them, and they're just rubbing their eyes and yawning, you know what they need. They've been fed. They've been changed. There is one thing that's left. And so, yeah, I try to walk around with him and just make sure he's really good and tired before I lay him down. Just looking to see if I have any more tins, and I don't see any more. I think that's it. But I am going to leave these markers out, because just like with diamond painting, I always miss something. Always. Okay, now we go to number 12, which is yellow green. Yellow green. Number 12 is YG25, and YG25 is Celadon green. Okay, so we're on number 12. We got some green up in his nose. So, yeah, unfortunately, this past week, all the kids have been sick. Oh my gosh. Such bad, nasty colds. And I really thought yesterday morning I was coming down with it. Oh, I was so stuffed up. My sinuses, my everything was just, ugh. But then throughout the day, it kind of, you know, everything's worse in the morning when you first get up, right? And I thought, oh boy. But no, it kind of went away throughout the day. I was a little stuffy again this morning, but nothing like yesterday. So I think I have a touch of it, but I don't think it's real bad. So hopefully I will not get it like those guys had it. And I think it actually was more than just the cold. I think it was actually the flu. You know, sometimes it's really hard to tell, right? Whether it's just a cold or whether it is truly the flu. Because Maddie started throwing up. When was that? It was last week sometime. And yet she wasn't running a temp. Both her, Levi, and Jaden all have very sensitive tummies. So I said, well, you know, it just could be from all the yuck, you know, inside from having a cold. All the, you know, the phlegm, mucus, all that nasty stuff we don't want to talk about. But I said maybe it was just upsetting her tummy. So, because, you know, there really, like I said, was no fever, no, nothing like that. But you don't know. You just don't know. And Then she wasn't throwing up anymore. It was just her really hoarse voice. Poor little tyke. You could just tell by, you know, how she talked. And she had a sore throat. And then, you know, Levi came down with it. And, oh my gosh. And then Jaden came down with it too. And oh. So I am hoping this next week that those kids are going to be healthy. Levi was supposed to go in for a 6-month checkup on Friday and get his shots. Well, didn't get that done because, of course, they will not give shots to a baby if they have a cold. So she's got to reschedule that. So, yeah. It's always something with kids, right? I'm really hoping they're better because, of course, when kids and babies are sick, they're just, you know, they're crabbier. They don't feel good. And, yeah, Maddie was, oh, my gosh. My belly hurts. My belly hurts. I'm like, oh, hon, you know, I wish I could take it away for you. So I would try to keep her mind distracted, and we'd put something on TV for her to watch, or I'd give her the iPad that I have for the kids. Well, there's a couple for the kids. They're just older iPads, but plenty okay to watch YouTube or Prime Video and stuff on. So she likes watching her Frozen and all her little other kids videos on. So I tried to, you know, distract her a little bit with that, which worked to an extent, but not for real long, because then it's always, I need to blow my nose. So, you know, I had to get her Kleenexes. Poor little things. Because, yeah, Levi, you know, would have a hard time breathing whenever he'd fall asleep or try to drink from his bottle. And that's always fun. So, yeah, poor little things. I mean, being sick is not fun for anybody, but especially little tykes like that. Okay, let's get on to some brighter subjects. Boy, I'm depressing today, ain't I? Nothing but bad news. Bad weather, sick grandkids. Okay, what's some brighter subjects to talk about? Oh, I know what. Let me put this down. I have something to show you. Okay, number one. Do you like my nails? Do you like my nails? I love this pattern. I am having so much fun with nail wraps. I was introduced to nail wraps on, I believe the first time I heard about it was on Anne's channel, and she was talking about the Color Street nails and how Kim, who is a distributor of Color Street, and she's awesome, by the way, sent her a free pack to try, and I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. So I went ahead and I ordered some, and I really liked them. So I'm like, okay, Color Street is, I mean, they're great, don't get me wrong, but they're a little pricey. So I just went kind of searching out on the internet, came across this company called Lily and Fox, and I have absolutely fallen head over heels in love with Lily and Fox. I do also love my Color Street too, though. The biggest difference, I guess, between the two is the cost. Lily and Fox is only $2.99, and they come in packs like this. Now, I know this is not color related, but yet in a way it is, right? It's coloring related, so if anybody's interested in pretty nails, this is what Lily and Fox comes in. No bells and whistles, and it's probably why they're a little bit cheaper. This was maybe my next set I was going to try. It's called Cotton Candy. But like I said, no bells and whistles, no extras, no nothing. This is what you get. Whereas Color Street, because they are more pricey, you get a very all-inclusive package. Let me zoom back out, good heavens. You get everything you need to put these nails on. Let's open this pack, for instance. I just thought I'd show you this. You get everything. You get your nail wraps, and this is the set I want to try next from Color Street. Aren't they pretty? But you get not only that, if you open this up, you get everything you need. Well, let's just tear it open here. You get your alcohol prep pads to make sure, you know, it's all clean. You get, you'll get a nail file. I thought you got like a cuticle pusher too. So, I mean, like I said, if you want an all-inclusive, get everything, Color Street is what you're going to want to go with. If, you know, and these can run you, I don't know, they're all different prices, but, you know, maybe 10, 12, 13 bucks. Very nice. These, to me, are very nice, too. And I guess one of the main factors, not only the price, because these are $2.99, these fit my nails better. I have relatively small nail beds. Color Streets are too big for me, but they do carry petites. So I did accidentally, maybe on purpose, order a petite set, so I am going to try them. These fit my nails perfectly. Lily and Fox. Now, I was in contact with Lily and Fox for something different, but I did tell them how much I was enjoying them, that I had mentioned them on my YouTube channel in a previous color and chat. They so nicely offered me a discount code to pass on to you guys. Isn't that nice? It's Lisa G and Friends. And if you order a set of wraps, you will get a set free. Pretty cool, huh? Or if you order 2 sets, you'll get a set free. So if you order anything, you'll get a set of free wraps. So like I said, I will link Lily and Fox website down below, and I will include that discount code down below that you can input when you check out, and you'll get your free set of wraps. So, yeah. So either try Lily and Fox, or, you know, like I said, nothing against Color Street whatsoever. That is not my intent. I'm not saying Lily and Fox is better than Color Street or vice versa. I'm trying out a whole bunch of different companies. So Lily and Fox was one I happened to see, and like I said, I'm in love with them. So that's enough of that. But I will give all that information down in the description below. Okay. Because, yeah, I am having so much fun with my pretty nails now. I was really embarrassed when I always had my naked nails, you know. Everybody else always had such pretty nails when they did their videos, you know, especially when we're doing coloring, you know, and we're close up. No, yeah, let me zoom you back in. You know, and we're closer up. You see our hands, you know. And I just had ugly, plain, yucky nails. And boy, when I seen that they had, because I don't like to take the time to polish mine. Number one, I'm not good at it. I can do my non-dominant hand with my dominant hand. I'm right-hand dominant. I can do my left hand pretty good. But when it comes time to polish my right hand with my non-dominant hand, oh, that just is not easy for me. And, you know, then the waiting for everything to dry, and, you know, I just never took the time to do it. So now that they have something out like this, and they're so easy to do, all of the wraps, whether it be Color Street or Lily and Fox, I believe they're all the same. They automatically include a top coat, the polish, and then there's a base coat also. Well, because I have such ridges in my nails, I do first put down a base coat of my own. It's a ridge filling base coat. Then I put on my nails, the wraps, and you know, file everything off, make everything look nice. And then I do, to make them last longer, even though the nail wraps themselves have a top coat built into them, I like to put not one but 2 top coats on of the Sally Hansen top coat. Dries almost instant. It's dry within seconds, so it's not like you're sitting there waiting for that to dry. And then I pay special attention to the tip, because that's, you know, what gets the most wear and tear on our fingernails, right, is the tips. And I am horribly hard on my nails. I use my nails for everything, always have, always will. I don't know how to change that. You know, some people that have nails out to here, I don't know how they live. I really don't. How do you even get dressed? I don't know. Some people have such long nails. They can't do anything for themselves. I can't imagine how they would. Number 14 is dark green, and dark green is G28. This is ocean green. And again, these are just numbers. These are colors that I use, not necessarily right or wrong. But yeah, I have seen some nails, especially on some of the stars and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I think you have somebody do everything for you, including getting you dressed, because my heavens, there's no way you're going to be able to like button a button with nails that are 2 inches long. I have a hard enough time, you know, with just shorter nails. My nails are actually growing out and not breaking so much now that I am wearing these nails, because it makes them stronger, you know. So yeah, I'm actually getting nails. And it's actually quite different feeling, because I'm just not used to having longer nails. So it's different typing. I don't know. I'm not going to let them get too long, but it's kind of neat having pretty girly nails. I used to, when I was working, I had my nails done professionally. They were artificial nails. And yeah, I would go in and have them redone every few weeks, and picked out my designs off Pinterest, had them duplicate it. Told you I'd miss something. And then, yeah, then I would be good to go for a little while, and then I'd have to go back in and have them filled back in and redone again, and it got very, very pricey. I loved doing it, but it was also ruining my nail beds. You know, because your nail beds need to breathe too. And that's why when I take a set off, I like to leave a set off for a good day and not put anything back on, just to give the nail beds some time to breathe. Shouldn't have something on them constantly anyhow. It's just not good for them. So yeah, sometimes I let them go naked again. So yeah, just thought I would mention that. I thought it was very nice of Lily and Fox to do that. And there's always free shipping, no matter how large or small your order is. You get it relatively fast. With the free shipping, unfortunately, there is no tracking though, so you can't track your package, but usually the order is shipped out within a couple days, and I usually get it, I would say, within a week or so, maybe a little over, but nothing too long. Matter of fact, I have another order coming in. You don't want to see my stash of Lily and Fox nails. And I have a few Color Streets also. Like I said, I'm going to put Color Street on next, and I want to see how long they last versus these. Now, I just put these on a couple days ago, so I actually have not left a set on long enough to see how long they lasted, because I was just too anxious to put on the next neat design. So I've always just taken them off. So I guess I'll have to leave these on and see how long they last. And then I'll put the Color Street on, and I'll do it the same way that I did the Lily and Fox, where I put on my own base coat, and I do put the top coat on to try to make them last longer. Just seems to make it more durable. By no means do you have to do that. Like I said, they do have, whoops, hope I can cover that up. Yep, dark blue, I should be able to. So, okay, enough of going on with the nails. Sorry if you're a guy out there and you're like, okay, quit with the nails already. I don't have too many male followers, not followers, subscribers, but I know there's a couple out there. I have a cat on the floor next to me who's just snoring away. Belly up over here by the heater, the register. Just a snoring away, my little Misty. I'm like, what the heck is that sound? Here she is. All curled up by the register, just a snoring away. She's my big baby. Well, they're all my big babies. Whenever I'm in my chair, I only have to sit down for a few minutes and somebody's up there by me. Every morning, Callie cannot wait until I sit down in my chair, and within minutes, she's up there climbing into my lap. Throughout the day, Misty's about the only kitty out of the three that will stay out during the day when the grandkids are here. I mean, the other two will venture out once in a while, but they're not out and about like Misty. Misty is my social kitty. She doesn't care who's here. She'll be out and about looking for attention. The other two will be hiding. Especially little meek and mild Callie. She's a scaredy cat, to put it mildly. I think she'd jump in her own shadow. She is awful. She'll be sniffing around on the floor in the living room, you know, just hunting something out. And you can tell she's trying to be so careful. So I'm so mean. I'll purposely shuffle my foot and she just jumps. It's like, oh, Callie, you're such a scaredy cat. Yeah. And then there's Midnight. He's very mellowed out with age now. When I first got him, I rescued him from the Humane Society. And he was, what did they figure he was? About 3 months old, maybe. I mean, he was still kittenish. But not like, you know, a 6-8 week old kitten. He was a little bit older. And, oh, he did not want to be petted at all. He just, no. He was a friendly enough kitty and stuff, but he just did not want that kind of attention. Now we're going to go to number 18, which is dark blue. Dark blue is B26. Where are you? B26 is cobalt blue. So yeah, he just, I don't know, just, yeah, was not the big affectionate type of cat like I was used to. All my kitties were very affectionate kitties, very much lap cuddlers, and Midnight has never been a lap cuddler. He does not come into my lap, but like I said, he's mellowed out with age because now he thrives on attention. He'll come up while I'm sitting in my chair, and while he won't come into my lap, he sits on the arm or stands on the arm of my chair and proceeds to headbutt me until I pet him. And if I'm busy doing something and I don't get around to petting him right away, then he's pawing at my arm. And I don't mean just with paws. I mean, he's got the claws out too. So it's like, wintertime is not so bad if I have a sweatshirt on, but summertime, ooh yeah, pull them claws in, cat. Wow. So yeah, he's like, well, you better pet me when I first headbutt you, or you're asking for it. So yeah, he really has changed as he's gotten older, because now he'll let Maddie pet him, and I mean, she still has kind of watched it a little bit. I don't like her just being with Midnight, just, you know, by herself, just in case. But yeah, so it's funny how cats can change with age, right? They kind of mellow out a little. He's still not the most friendly cat in the world, not like my Misty, but much better than he was. Oh, I like that dark blue, or this blue and that dark green together. That's pretty. That's a pretty color combination, isn't it? Dark green and blue. Take a sip here quick. And then we have this bright yellow and green together, so Sunlife Drawing, you did it again. I love the color combinations they put together. Like in their one color by number mandala book, I love coloring in there because they put together the neatest color palettes that you just wouldn't normally think of. You know, they're colors you wouldn't think of normally putting together. And you sit back after you're done doing that color by number and you're like, that looks really pretty. I would never think to put those colors together. So sometimes when I'm coloring something, a pattern maybe, and I can't come up with a color scheme, I'll open one of those color by number books by Sunlife Drawing, and it's like, oh yeah, I liked those colors together, so I try to replicate something from that. So Sunlife Drawing, you give me ideas for color palettes with your color by number books. I have recently given, I just was in contact with Sunlife Drawing this morning again, as a matter of fact, giving them some suggestions for some books. They are going to be having a new one coming out in spring, and I can't wait, because it's my favorite out of their books. I know it's not everybody's thing, but I just love their one line, or their one color lines. So you just color the lines, and the lines are of varying width as you color them down or this way, or sometimes diagonally, and it creates a picture. So you come up with one color marker, gel pen, whatever, you color in the lines, and yeah, it creates a picture. I just love those. They're just so relaxing. There's no thought process whatsoever, but you still end up making a cool picture. So yeah, I have no idea what the subject matter of the book is going to be, but he did indicate to me that that's going to be coming out in spring. I'm like, ah, spring? Going to make us wait that long? Spring seems to be, you know, years down the road. Right now. We're only in the beginning of February. So yeah, gotta wait a few months for that one. But yeah, I did give them some suggestions now for some other books, and I'm not gonna say anything more about it because I have no idea if he's gonna, you know, take the ball and run with it. He did ask me a few questions and stuff, but we'll see. You know, it's not like they can just decide one day, oh yeah, you know, we'll go with this idea, and then, you know, put a book into printing the next week. So, you know, it would be months down the road before we'd see anything anyhow, so, if then. But they actually haven't come out with another book in a little while. Between, you know, Jade Summer and Sunlife Drawing, it's like we constantly have new books coming out, right? I always have something to look forward to. Okay, any more 18s? Boy, we're just zipping right along here, aren't we? How long have we been going? 45 minutes. What? 45 minutes already? You can tell I'm getting more and more at ease with doing these coloring chats when the time seems to fly by rather than, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to run out of things to talk about before I get this picture done. And that's why I'm sometimes in a big hurry to finish something, because I'm so paranoid I'm going to run out of something to talk about before I get the picture done. And I can still be like that. I kind of get paranoid. 19 is pink, which is our V21. And that is called light pink. Yeah. I noticed that my phone, my camera, on my phone that I record with, when I get things up close, it's always fuzzy. It's like I have to look into that. If there's like an autofocus or, you know, something that I could be doing better, because I think many of us use our phones to record, right? I don't think many of us have a dedicated recording apparatus other than our phone. I mean, I know some do. And I have looked into that. It's like, why? I have my setup. It works. You know, I have my phone. Phones are not cheap. You know, I have my software and everything, my apps installed where I can see it on my iPad and everything. Everything's working good, Lisa. If it's working, leave it alone. If it ain't broke, how's that saying go? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No, how does that go? I don't know. You know what I mean. My brain is not working today. It's the weekend. It's not supposed to work. I was brain dead on the weekend. I don't know where these weekends go anyhow. I mean, I realize I don't have to go out of the house to work during the week and stuff, but it gets to be awful long weeks anyhow. Grandma's pretty wore out by Friday. Oh, my heavens. And because Heather works so late, you know, she doesn't come pick the kids up till 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So, yeah, it gets to be a long day. And that is the reason why I don't record during the week. I just don't have the energy. So yeah, that's why I do all my recording on the weekend. But like I said, oh, Mr. Blue. Like I said, I don't want to just put out, you know, 1 or 2 videos a week for you guys either. I want to put out stuff for you guys for during the week too, or you'd forget all about me. Can't have that. No. And I so look forward to, you know, the color tubers that I follow. I so look forward to, you know, when they put out a new video. It's like, ooh, can't wait till tonight after the kids are gone when I can sit back in my chair and relax and color or something and listen to their color and chat or their flip through or whatever they're doing. I always manage to miss Kate's live stream. It's either one of the other scenarios. Either I'm babysitting, either I'm recording, what else? Or else I just miss it. But then I always go back and watch. In any of the live streams that I don't make, if it's somebody I follow, I like to watch the recording then. If you don't like to watch the beginning where, you know, they say hi to everybody, you just fast forward to it. Is anybody watching that the colorathon going on during the month of February? That February. It's all fairies. Boy, they got some pretty images, pretty pictures they're coloring. And I think it's Nathaniel Wake that has a free image for people to color. He's kind of really gotten involved in this colorathon, I guess. And Belinda, Faithful Girl, is kind of, I think she's the one that's spearheading it all. So I was watching her live recording. I didn't catch the live event, but the recording of it, and she's just a hoot. But she's so good. Oh my gosh, how that girl colors with her Copics and stuff. Wow. You know, it's beyond anything I'd ever be able to do, but sometimes I know those kind of people can get so intimidating, but it's just awesome watching what she can do. But that's what little old channels like me are for, where we mostly just straight color, right? Nothing fancy. Straight color with marker and gel pen and pencil, and we just do that fun, simple stuff here. If you want fancy stuff, there's lots of other channels to go to see the fancy stuff. And it's not to say I'm never going to blend with pencils or, you know, do something like that, because I actually can do it. Just like most kids, they can do things, they just choose not to. Right? All right, we are going on to number 20. We only have 2 numbers left. We're going to get this picture done in an hour. Can you believe that? Wow. Alrighty, number 20 is Violet, and Violet is V15, which in Copic colors is mallow. Never heard of that for purple. When I hear mallow, I think of a marshmallow. Of course, it would be food related. I've been going Belba family crazy yet. And coloring in a ton of the Belba family coloring books. I should show you one that I got done. I thought it would be so cute for Valentine's Day. This is out of one of my favorite books. This is the Woman coloring book. And I color these all in with my toy markers, but now that I have the larger set of the Ink-Onyx, the 120 set that I just reviewed, I did this with the Ink-Onyx. Isn't that cute for Valentine's Day? And this again is with just the X's in these little squares. So this is one thing that I suggested to Sunlife Drawing, is they have coloring books with their bigger X's, and that's something I'm playing around with right now in the other room with the Sunlife Drawing books, to see if doing the X method works in some of the bigger squared coloring books that Sunlife Drawing currently has out. It's not just squares, though. They have all different shapes throughout the coloring book. They have hexagon and squares and triangles and circles. I think those are the 4 shapes. So I was playing around with the pictures that had just squares, but again, they're bigger squares. They're not real small like this. So I did make a suggestion to him, my contact at Sunlife Drawing, that maybe they would want to come out with a book like this with the little 3x3 millimeter squares, because it's getting so popular now that people have discovered this X method of coloring. And y'all know I'm in love with my X method of coloring. The other thing I kind of suggested to him, because this was suggested to me by a subscriber, and I'm like, oh, what an awesome idea, is because they do so many coloring books with the one lines, or the circles, the squiggles, you know, where you color in the squiggly lines, you know, things like that. I had just recently done some reviews of some coloring books that came out that look like the spiroglyphics, where they're in, it's a line, but it goes around and round and around in a spiral, like an LP album, like a record. And so that was the other suggestion that I brought up to him, thanks to a subscriber mentioning it to me. And I said, you know, have you ever thought about doing this kind of one-line art? Because they have all the other kinds. So he was going to be looking into that also. So yeah. So I guess I did spill the beans on what I suggested to him. But like I said, it does not mean that they're just going to jump right on that. He may think it was a absolutely ridiculous idea, but of course he wouldn't say that to me. Oh, that is pretty. I like that. That is really pretty. And then we're going to have some magentas over here. Ah, awesome. Okay, so these are all 22s, and then we have 20 here again. So yeah, and Belba family's been in contact with me. They should be having a book out in a little bit. I cannot wait to see what this one is. So they've been putting out books quite fast too, and this last one is just awesome. Their cats one, oh, they are so pretty. Love that book. So yeah, I've been having fun with all my Belba family. I have been stuck on a color by number kick for the past few weeks. I just can't get off the color by numbers. To me, it's just, yeah, so relaxing. There's no thought process, especially if it's in a book where I already have all my colors figured out, you know. I don't have to think about a thing. I just have to pull that coloring medium out and just get coloring. I mean, you can't get any easier than that. Just so satisfying getting the colors down on paper and then look at the finished picture, especially if it's a surprise picture, like what I'm doing in Sunlife Drawing right now, where I'm testing out some different coloring mediums in the square, you know, coloring books with the squares in, and I'm trying to make out what the image is. It's kind of hard to tell because this is an animal coloring book, but yet the animals are all extremely, extremely colorful, you know, very fictitious type of coloring. So I don't know if it's the best book to test out what I'm testing out, because they're very fictitious type of coloring anyhow. So 22, our last color is a magenta, and magenta is RV19. RV19, red violet. Okay, here we go, folks. So what has everybody else been coloring? I've been kind of blabbing on and on and on what I've been doing. Coloring with marker, pencil, gel pen. My gel pens have been very ignored lately. They are always being colored with, and they're going to rebel. And I have them sitting next to me by the chair, right in the drawer next to me, and ooh, they may jump out of there and hurt me because they're being so ignored. I have been working for quite a while now on an extremely detailed pattern, and I'm almost finished with it, and I just haven't taken it back out to complete it, you know. You get to a point and it's like, I just don't feel like finishing you, but I must. So I'm going to finish that thing this week, and then it will be done. And it's in one of my favorite pattern coloring books, and that's by David Hinken Jr. Love, love, love those books, and I don't know why I picked out the pattern that I did. Oh, holy Hannah. You will see it at the end of the month when I show everything that I colored this month. Is that not a pretty combo too? Ooh, I love that. Told you this would be a pretty snake. What books are you coloring out of? Any of you able to join Kate and I in the Sunlife drawing color along? Of course, you definitely don't you don't have to be coloring in the same book we are. You don't even have to be coloring Sunlife drawing. You just do your own thing. We're just here to chat and keep you company while you color. And that's the comment I get from a lot of you guys. I appreciate it so much. You know how you guys say, that I keep you company while you're coloring, and sometimes you're just not able to sleep at night or whatnot, which, a lot of us have our physical and psychological problems, right? And that's why we've turned to coloring in the first place. And I am no exception with my depression and some anxiety. And so I love the fact when you guys tell me that, I can't sleep, I had to get up, and I turned you on, and you helped relax me while I colored, or something like that. It just makes my day. It's like, yep, that's why I do this channel. Yeah. So I love getting comments like that from you guys. That's awesome. I love reading everything from you guys. And I do. I go through and I read each and every comment. Now, do I always do it on a timely basis? Heck no. I get very backlogged on my, I'm putting my markers away, by the way. I get very backlogged on my comments sometimes, and I am so sorry. If I do not, if you don't hear back from me, just be aware I will be eventually getting back to you. Last time was really, really bad because it took me like a week to get to my comments, and that was awful. I do apologize for that. I do not want to wait that long. It's just things just keep coming up, and then I'd forget to do it. And same with my emails. It takes me a while to get through my emails, and if anybody's requesting color charts or whatnot. Now, I did have the suggestion for that also, and I'll just quick talk about this before we wrap this up. Somebody had suggested to me, which is another awesome idea. You guys are great for ideas. To convert all of my color charts from MS Word, make them PDFs, put them out on my Google Drive. Give you guys a share, make a shareable link it down in the description. Then if, any of you guys want my color charts, there will be a link down below to the Google Drive. They're PDFs. Anybody can print them off. Now, I am going to go through, however, and I am going to put my name and, my coloring channel and whatever. I'm going to put information on the bottom of them so that, no, come on, they're not copyrighted or anything like that. No, they're just color charts. But I did want to have, some of my information on them. So that is a project. It's on my to-do list. That's this long. But during the month of February, I hope to be getting through all that, and I'll announce it in a color and chat that the link from now on will be, available down in the description to all of the color charts. And I have a color combination worksheet and, stuff like that. All of that's going to be out on my Google Drive, which I will share when I get that done. So, okay. Breathe, Lisa, breathe. Okay. We got this done. Is he not cute? And he is nice and bright and colorful. And yes, I love the color combinations. Here we have the dark pink and light pink, and then we use that same pink with another purple over here. We have the pretty lime green and yellows, and then we have the dark green and blue. So they combined a whole bunch of different color palettes together in this. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this next in the series of the Sunlife drawing color along color and chats for the month of February. If you enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps to support the channel. Subscribe if you are new to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I put up new videos. I hope everybody is having a terrific weekend, and as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.